Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie
with AshHoles.
I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
Okay, let's do it. Another one. Ready? Go. Another CAO, the Consigliere. Okay, so the Consigliere, I love it because this is actually a smoke with a bit of a story behind it. So this cigar, now don't quote me on this. This is kind of like stuff I heard word of mouth. Used to be called the Boss, and it was actually when CAO had a deal with HBO, and they made a cigar that was exclusively created for The Sopranos. And then what happened was when The Sopranos ended, their contract ended, so they couldn't sell the cigar anymore. It was called the Boss. Yeah, what they decided to do is they decided to rebrand it, same blend, same tobacco. So this is pretty much the Boss, except now it's called the Consigliere. So this cigar, this blend is the one that they used to smoke on The Sopranos, and I've had it. Wrapper doesn't really smell much. The filler, however, has this very nice, like, sweet, plummy smell. If you notice, a lot of tobacco does smell very plummy, especially when it has a lot of Ligero. That's where that plumminess comes from. Very delicious, sweet right in the beginning, sweet and woody. Just a wee bit, also just a wee bit bitter, just a little bit. But oh, and a little sour too, little sour. Very nice beginning, I like it. All right, so still a little bit of sweetness, but it does dull down after a little bit. The woodiness is still there, that ramps up, so a little less sweet, a little more woody after about an inch. Actually, very nice smoke, and it's actually reasonably priced too, around $10. This is the best cigar you're ever gonna smoke. I'm gonna give you a cigar that you can't refuse. So, the cigar is rounding off with a nice, like, dull woodiness, you know what I mean? It really does coat the palate a lot. I'm guessing it's because of that nice dark wrapper. But the most interesting thing is that the sweetness is actually picked up again as I approach the bend, which is really nice. I've already described the sweetness. It's more of like a dull cinnamon sweetness. You hear me using the word dull a lot. Let me explain that. So usually what I mean by dull is that you don't normally taste it right away, but then as an aftertaste it kind of builds up, right? So when you're puffing, the flavor is not really 100% there, but on the after taste, that's where you get most of the flavor. That's where it is a medium to full smoke. It does have good body, but what I will say is it is pretty smooth. I'm not getting a lot of pepper, which is quite surprising for something this dark. I did expect a little more pepper. Not a problem though. Really great smoke actually. Good fucking job, CAO. One thing I do want to point out is the cigar isn't really that complex. It doesn't have much evolution. The flavor that's there isn't that deep, but it is a lot of flavor. So the one benefit that this cigar has is, even though it's not too complex, it's up for that in flavor. Now, why that's important, why I think, because, you know, there's a lot of cigars that have a lot of flavor. The flavor's not that good. The thing that's great about this cigar is flavor is good, and on top of that, it doesn't have too much pepper. So a lot of flavor with no pepper is quite nice for me. So we're past the bend now, and I gotta say, it's actually pepper's finally kicked in. Got about 2 inches left. That's a nice little addition. Giving my palate a little bit of workout. Flavor really hasn't changed much. Like I said, evolution isn't the strongest. One thing I didn't really talk about, and sometimes I do miss it when I do a review of a cigar, is that the draw and the construction. This cigar was pretty well constructed. It is burning a little funky towards the end, but like I said, I do tend to beat my cigars up a little bit, and the draw was 10 out of 10, just the way I like it. It's even gotten a little charcoaly, a little bit more bitter, which is nice, but it is kind of a sign that I'm gonna be rounding this cigar up pretty soon, probably in the next 5 minutes. I'm pretty much done with the smoke. Good smoke. About the 3/4 of it is pretty smooth. The last part kind of fucks you up, but you know, it's to be expected from something so dark. Very delicious, and definitely a cigar worth trying. Plus has a great story behind it, you know what I mean? Give it a go.
I love cigars. Blah, blah, blah.